Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. American Truck Simulator. It's been months since I played this game, and I just was able to up upload my backup um, of my previous game save. Um, it's been so long, I don't even remember how to play. So here's my truck. I love it though. It's a great looking rig, and literally I'm starting kind of from scratch just because I don't know how to play. I used to play this so much every night, and then I replaced it with other games. You know how that goes. So down here at the bottom, we've got navigation, and it'll show us where we are and help us travel across the country. I have all the DLCs installed, so all the states, so hopefully, eventually, all the states will be included, so that you can drive anywhere. Um, and so here we are. Um, it's kind of cool looking around the truck. Some things that I installed. It is a rainy day, which is really cool. It really gives you a good glimpse of the weather and how it kind of smears across the screen. So getting familiar with my controls again. So my outside mirrors, if I'm in this view, this turns on my map, lower right. Vehicle adjustments is F4, which I don't need to do. F5 zooms in the map. F6 is job description, which I currently don't have a job. F7 gives you some um, information about your vehicle if you have any damage. It looks like 5% on my tires right now, and that's fairly normal. Truck service, um, I can. I'm looks like I'm basically parked someplace where I could. Let's find out. Let's hit A and do this. So um, I can repair my tires. You can see. So 1% wear, 2% damage on the engine, and nothing that probably needs to be done, but I'll go ahead and just click on service recommendations and see if anything pops up. It says, hey, it's going to cost you $3,000 to do what's recommended. Probably just good to do that. I don't have a lot of money. I have 16,000 in the bank. I kind of forgot um, that I was so broke. So I don't think I want to do anything else to the truck if I'm that low on money. So let's see what else there is here. Um, Chat, which I don't do. F10 is a screenshot. F11 nothing. F12 is also a screenshot. Interesting. So okay, all right, that works. And then number keys. This changes your views. That that view is going to help you when you're hooking up a trailer for sure, and just maneuvering around. So I prefer this view. I just like to drive outside of the truck, and that's if you've seen any of my videos, that's exactly how I drive in all of my games. So what I wonder is the last time I played this game, I decided to break the law. I, when I first played this, I did many episodes on driving a truck following the laws, and it just was natural for me as a driver's ed instructor to talk about driving techniques and laws, etc. And then I got a little bit um, tired of how long it took me to get places. So I tried turning off traffic offenses and speed limits, etc. And it was fun for a while. I just hauled butt across the country and ran every stop sign. It was fun. I just don't think that's the way uh, I can do it. So let me just check here. I'm going to turn back on traffic offenses, rain probability, all this stuff you can control, which is pretty cool. Um, Again, it has been months. I don't know when the last time I played. I'll have to look. Easiest way is just to look through my YouTube videos and see when the last time I posted a video. Because I tend to always videotape when I play. Here's the assistance here, automatic parking. So, all right, I think we're good. Just quickly going through this stuff. Camera, I don't think I need anything else there. Interface, let's see what pops up there. This definitely feels like I'm playing for the first time, so I apologize. Um, Random desktop background theme, no. Route advisor speed limit, show the truck limit, yes. Route advisor speed warning, yes. So we want to make sure everything is good, and I understand what I'm getting into again. So miles, pounds only, Fahrenheit, U.S. gallons, PSI, etc. Convoys I don't do. Buttons and keys here. Mostly just my controller is my thing. So I'm using the Xbox controller for Windows. I have no idea how to drive. That's how long it's been. I have no idea even how to drive or how to play. So let's take a look at world map. And what's really cool about this map is it shows you, first of all, I mean, they have about half, not quite, but about half the country done in detail. They have full-time people, programmers working on these maps. So I don't think I've been to every map. I don't think I've been across the border here. Nope. Um, but I've been into, I think, all the other states that I have, and but I haven't driven every road in any of the states. And now I'm in Idaho, so I have probably played mostly in Idaho. But my goal is to, wow, it zooms in a lot. My goal is to drive every road in Idaho. So you can see I've missed a few here and there. I need to take a couple extra routes. I'd like to. I don't even know if there's a achievement for that, but I still would like to do it. So drive every road, and then there are some challenges, achievements also, just for each state. And I still haven't done all the Idaho ones, and so I would like to do that as well. Now in my warehouse. Boy, that just it zooms all the way in or not. I might want to see if I can adjust that. But somewhere over here is my, I think it's this. That's my home right there. Bink. So I don't really need to add a pin, delete pin. But that's my home base. That's my business location. But as a trucker, I am on the road. So almost every day of the year. So I have not been home much. So you can see right here, I am over near Colorado Springs in Colorado. That's where I am currently. And so to pick up jobs, that's usually what you want to do is you click on these jobs, and quick job is usually what I do, I think. Or is it freight market? Yeah, freight market. Freight quick job, I think they give you a truck. That's when you start the game. You can do that. But I do need to start making some money. $16,000 in the bank. That won't cover damage if I crash the truck or if I just need to replace tires and do some maintenance on the vehicle. So here we have uh, yeah, these are all the jobs, but I am in Colorado. So I need to find probably Colorado Springs. Um, and I don't think I can do this all with my controller. I don't remember. Maybe I can. No, no. So I think I want to go and type in Colorado Springs. Oh, there's a Denver. There we go. Boy, it's going to take me a while to get used to this again. So I'm basically, you can, oh, come on now. You can adjust. I'll use my mouse. You can adjust the jobs by price. This one pays the most, $124,000, but it starts in Wichita Falls. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. Denver is probably going to have the most jobs. So let me just type in Denver and see what pops up. And once you have Denver in, then it also sorts it by price. And so I could make, well, this goes to Idaho. That's cool. That would get me back to Idaho. And I think maybe that's what I want to do. So let's set that as our GPS destination. We have to drive to, I don't even know how to turn my lights or anything. I think it's F. Well, it turns on my hazards. There we go. L. L for lights. And so we're going to drive to, to Denver. So let me see how I even remember where to go. Wow, I should know all this stuff. And on my controller, I should be able to just click, click, click. And now I don't even remember how to do anything. So that's bad. That's bad. Um, so what I say, number key 2, map was what? F5, but I need to do the job, GPS. So how do I set? It's so weird not knowing how to do this stuff. Navigation, world map, Denver. I think I just need to set but it should take me to where that job is. So I am just lost, not knowing how to do this. So let's go to jobs, freight market again. I set the GPS already. So, oh, there we go. Is it already? Well, it's already set up for the job, but I need to go take the job. So what I need to do is get to there, from here to there, and set as GPS. Let's just see. I should just do it. Wow, I can't. I'm embarrassed that I just don't even remember how to play. So this is going to be right. That is a sweet looking truck, though. I really do like it. I do remember it doesn't turn on a dime, and I think or maybe I already traded. I think I had more axles and I traded down. What's going on here? I need to get, oh, dead end. What's up with that? Okay, one of these is a little bit more zoomed in. There we go. That's the one I like. Look at how wet the road is. Kind of covers the painting on the road markings. So, well, it's going to take a bit for sure. I don't think we have a lot of volume on the screen, so I'm going to toggle over if I can. There we go. I'm going to turn up if it'll let me. No, it won't let me while I am playing. There's a little bit of noise. I'm just don't think you can probably hear much. Oh, let's go back to map. Help. Okay, that guy about hit me. I about hit the railing. Was really into this game for a while and just played it like a job every night when I came home. I did upload a mod that gave there's Love's Truck Stops, a mod that made um, the businesses gave the businesses a real name. They were all generic, so they didn't have to pay any um, fees to use their names. Let's see. I think, yep, that's right. I remember how to do blinker. It's just my right trigger button. Um, and let's see what we got. 62 miles an hour into 75. Getting used to that too. So I'm okay. I'm not speeding yet. There is a cruise control. Don't remember how to do it. So um, it's kind of one of the problems of bouncing game to game is it's easy for me. It's easy to forget how to play. Um, so we're going to follow GPS and get up to Denver. This is not a. And by the way, let me finish that thought. This is not a quick 5 minute game where I can go in and do a mission. Um, the game is, and I used to have all that. I used to know the the ratio of realism. So time is sped up, and you can even though the roads are realistic. I mean, they are. I'm speeding. Um, they are based on real roads and real architecture of the land. And so if it's a place that you've been, you'll recognize it. It is very realistic. The first time I played it a couple of years ago, it kind of freaked me out because I drove around my hometown. And even though it was compressed, um, I knew all the roads and I knew all the locations, and the businesses were realistic for the most part. It was the first game I've ever played that had my hometown and my state in the game, and it was. I think I'm getting off here. Sorry, dude. I'm gonna cut you off. Um, you can see how it's a little hard to be super good driver in a game like this. Not. I mean, you could definitely just be a little patient. This thing does not turn on a dime. Oh, come on now, come on. So I've played this for months and followed every speed limit, never sped or backed off if I caught myself speeding. And so there's a Best Western. So if this was your town, you would recognize that Best Western. It would be a Best Western. So it's really cool. Um, and there's an Exxon gas station coming up. So and it's fun and challenging in itself to have to follow the laws, but yes, it's a simulator. So the challenge is to play it like a simulator. Sometimes I get a ticket for running the red light doing this, but I can usually go right on a red. Also, I like the fact that I've got an Idaho license plate on the back of my um, truck. I don't know why my hazard lights always turn on in this game. I need to see why. See if there's a setting, but they go on automatically. It seems like all the time. But I like the fact that I have an Idaho plate. It's a realistic looking plate. Um, I think I go one more street. But it also you learn a lot about the states that you drive through. Oh, this thing does not turn. So what I'm doing now is pulling into. I'm in Denver, and I'm pulling into where I hook up the trailer that I need to take to Ketchum, Idaho. So we'll park here. We'll hit enter, and I think I still have to take the job. So hopefully that job is not. Yeah, I have to take that job. So it's not taken yet, luckily. So I can click on take job, and this would be good income for me. As also get me back to Idaho where I want to. Um, let's see, where am I looking at trailer wise? It shows me here straight ahead around the corner. Looking at the map, it has a green arrow. But I want to get back to Idaho and drive all the roads and just spend some time there. Okay, there it is. I see it. drive all the roads and also look back into the achievements for Idaho. And I know one of them was like 4 or 5 jobs delivering potatoes, but they were very specific, and I never finished it. The other one was delivering. There we go. We're going to couple these up. Um, Delivering like I think 5 deliveries or 4 deliveries along the Snake River, certain locations that I'm very familiar with, but I just couldn't ever get. I couldn't find the jobs. They're not always available, and so I left the state just doing jobs. As I thought I would stay in Idaho until I finished those jobs, but jobs came up, and I would take a good paying job that took me over to Colorado, etc. And that's kind of trucking. Way leads on to way. So I am going to follow the laws the best I can and try to be a good driver, paying attention to um, which lanes I need to be in and following my GPS coordinates. So here I changed lanes to the left because it looked like up there in a few intersections I'll be turning left. Looks like possibly a freeway system, and that's going to take me to Idaho. So, like I said, this is not a 5 minute game, and most of the time I speed up my videos. And so, instead of this being an hour long, I'll still try to keep my videos 30 minutes or less. So you may see gaps in places, me jumping forward. I'm going to turn left here, so blinker on. My lights is red, so I'm going to come to a stop in the turn lane preferably before the stop line. Um, or I may speed up some of the video to make it go faster as well to cut out some of the boring parts. But you can see the graphics are good, and it's a lot more fun when I'm in Idaho, my state, because I recognize that's kind of the fun. But this is a real place. That I may not be familiar with it, but it's a real place, and that's part of the job, traveling all around the country, delivering merchandise from one point to another. So I'm going to turn my left blinker on and do a merge because my lane ends, and then cancel my blinker. I also have road construction here at 55, work zone, speeding tickets. That's an exit only, so let's do a left lane change. Speed tickets are double in a construction or school zone. So we are going to stay in this lane and travel straight 55 miles an hour, right about there now. I'm going to have to look up what my cruise control is. Don't remember, because I do use that a lot. When you're on the freeway and you're doing it for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time, and the speed doesn't change. Looks like I'm going to do a right lane change. So make sure no one's in that lane. I'm going to slide over and cancel my signal. Looks like I might even go all the way over. So let's do that and then cancel my signal, because we're going to take a right here towards Fort Collins, Colorado, north on 25. I love, and I know these aren't top notch graphics, but I just love how for a driving sim, let's do a left lane change because our lane ends here. The graphics are really good. Now we have to do another left lane change. So our blinkers. Oh, we have an issue here. So we have to do a detour. Now that's something that I checked. We're gonna go. No, we're gonna turn right. Um, in the settings, you have the option to say how many. I forget what they call it. Like random events, I think something like that happen. So it's it's real. You just don't want them to happen all the time. But driving is, you know, dangerous, and there's construction crews. We're gonna do another left lane change, and cops and crashes, and there's stuff, you know. Um, but my job is delivering things, and so I don't want there to be random things all the time because sometimes you have to take a detour way out of the way. That one didn't seem to affect me much there, but um, I'm right on the speed limit right here. So this is where I would, if I knew what my cruise control was, I would, um, I would use it. Now I'm up to 75, and so I also told the game to show me just truck speed limits, and so it might be 85 here for cars, but it's 75 for me. It doesn't matter. That's the speed I have to follow. So let's take a look, both to remind me and also to share with you information in the lower right corner. So we have speed limit. Also shows me what gear I'm in. I'm in seventh, and any whoa, stay on the road while I'm looking. Any damage to the truck, also, which is none. Also gas. I got to pay attention to that. It's easy to forget. Um, Gas. So I'm about 3/4 full. I will likely have to fill up a couple times, at least once before I get to Idaho. I'm going Colorado to Ketchum, Idaho, so kind of mid um, eastern, but up, midway up the state. Well, maybe not midway up the state, but so there's a gas warning coming up there. Rest area if I needed to sleep. Oh, speaking of sleep, so the next thing on the list over there on the right is my sleep options. I am going to take a right to get off here anyway, um, and it will change colors as we're going to put our left blinker on and come to a comfortable stop. And look at those signs; they're just realistic. So cool. We are going to check for cross traffic, and then we're going to pull out left. So I have to pay attention to my gas. Oh, let's make sure I can make this corner. My gas and my sleep; those are the two biggest things, and then my, and then where I'm going. So, and then there is a letter icon which shows yellow, which I believe means I have some kind of email, which could be job offers, could be information from the office back in Idaho. Um, and then it's Wednesday at 8:45 a.m., so it's the morning. So that kind of tells you. And then I have $16,069 in the bank, and that goes down as I spend it. And obviously, let's do a left lane change here. Cancel our signal. And then the times, basically, the next thing here is I think the red flag is just to the end of my job. Let's go ahead and get our speed up a little bit. It's 50. I'm going 55 at 65, and we're going straight on Highway 34. And by the way, even numbers are east and west, and odd numbers are north and south. And so I'm going on 34, so that means I'm headed east or west. But I know I'm going west because, well, I have a compass inside the vehicle. Um, right. Oh, somewhere. Whoops. Pay attention, Mr. Johns. Uh, anyway, somewhere. Not sure where. Not sure where. Don't have time to look. Um, oh, I was going to say earlier. I can also put on lane departure, which I may which I may want to do as I get used to this again. It kind of keeps you in your lane, and it's a newer technology that you can turn on or off. And I like that because if you're playing the game and driving an older vehicle that wouldn't have had that, you would make sure you don't play with that just for realism. So um, it is hard to stay in your lane. Honestly, it's not easy. Okay, so back to the information on the screen. So it basically tells me right now it's Wednesday at 9:22 in the morning, and it says, "Hey, I should be in Idaho at Ketchum. Stay on the road. Come on." Basically in 12 hours, so a little more than 12 hours. So at 9:48 tonight, Mountain Standard Time. This guy is slowing way down. I'm going to get off here. Denver is straight. Fort Collins, I thought I had already done this. Hopefully, I'm not going in circles. Fort Collins is right. Just following the GPS. See, here's a helicopter. Looks like probably a wreck. You can hear the helicopter. That car went way too fast through that. That's interesting. Those cars are going blasting right through that, which is a glitch. Shouldn't do that. But that was interesting. Okay, it says please pull in for a vehicle inspection, which I have to do. So you can see it tells me at the very top there, it's red. It tells me I have to stop. So I'm going to pull in, and just like real life, you have to stop at these scales. They will, whoops, there we go. They will weigh you. So I weigh 62,115 pounds. Thank you. Have a safe journey. And then keep track of, it's all computerized, what you're hauling, how much you weigh, where you're going, all that stuff. And, they pay attention to, let's do a left lane change after this white car. They pay attention to when you sleep and how long you've been on the road. Very, very important. They do a very good job of keeping track of all that stuff. And of course, not everybody loves that, um, but it's a safety thing. So, all right. So 62 and a 75, get our speed up. So, also go back to the square down there. So it tells me it's 712 miles away, and it's going to take me 11 hours and 55 minutes. So, now there's another screen. I can't remember. It might be F7. No, let's try F6. 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 There we go. That's what I thought. F6 is job information. So, um, I am carrying a yard truck that weighs 29,000 pounds. My destination is Ketchum, UPS, and I'm expected by Thursday morning, just before noon. So you can see I've got some flexibility there. Well, actually, it says Thursday noon to, one thing I cannot do is lose track of my map. So pay attention. Do this quickly. It's basically saying, hey, be there between noon and 6:30 at night Thursday. But if I keep driving the way I'm driving, I'll be there tonight, like 12 hours early. So what that means is I can afford to sleep, which I'm going to have to do. Job income almost 62,000, so I can start padding my port of entry. That usually means you're entering a new state. Just checking here if I have to change anywhere. Nope, I'm going straight. And then back to that. So 32 hours left before I'm late, considered late. My next rest stop is in 3 hours and 50 minutes. So looking at my bed is way station, bypass service. Please pull in for another one. Okay, I thought I just did this, but all right. I think we're maybe crossing into a different state. Port of entry usually means new state. And where do I have to go? Just straight, I think. Oh, it's telling me to go right. What I should do is sleep. Oh, is there a scale here? It told me to go here, but the scale is on the other side. That was really bizarre. You see so I maybe should ignore the GPS. I'm going to do kind of a little crossover action here. I know I have to get to the scale. There we go. So, yep. Now I have a choice. I can sleep here, and it just seems like maybe I should. It's not at the top yet, so press A to rest. But I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of that. Um, so now it is. Um, And I've made the mistake of hitting sleep twice before, and I was late for the job because I slept twice, which was stupid, but it's easy to do. You just tap A twice. So I'm going to do a left lane change and merge out here. Looks like I need to be in the left lane, so no traffic coming. Slide over, cancel the signal, and okay, and go straight. So you look at my sleep meter. The bed is gray again. Blue means tired, and so when it gets to the top, it will eventually turn red, and you have to sleep. You start getting kind of fatigued, and things get blurry and dizzy, and you just have to sleep. So I'm good there. I'm about a half tank of gas, so I shouldn't have to sleep again, but I will need to do a quick pit stop for gas. If I see a um, let's go ahead and do a right lane change. We're taking this sharp, and it says be careful. You could tip here. So I've got a long, oh, careful, long load. And you see I'm back on hazards again. It just seems like something that I tap or something that I do. I don't seem to mind. I mean, I don't mind. I don't that's a dumb statement. I don't seem to mind. I don't mind because I am hauling heavy equipment, so a lot of times truckers will have their hazards on if they're going slower than the posted speed limit or going up a hill. But I do try to keep those off if I'm going the speed limit. I'm not yet, but I will be here in a second. 52 and a 75, so I will be picking up speed. And the nice thing about recording this is I can also tell later exactly how long this, I think it probably tells me somewhere, but how long this job actually took me. And it tells me in like game time what it is supposed to be taking. But it's not going to take 10 hours and 41 minutes to get there to catch them. For sure, it might take, I don't know, an hour. You can change those settings too, by the way, if you want to play realistic time, if you want it to be 11 hours. Um, I'm not sure how it adjusts it. I'm not sure if it adds. I'll have to look into that. I remember thinking I wanted to try that once and do like an actual run, like on a weekend when I'm not working, and just wake up early and hit the road. And when I stop for restroom breaks, actually go use the restroom, and make it realistic. The thing that this game doesn't have is food stops, and I always wish that they would have added that. Um, that would be a great addition. You have to eat, so I think they're assuming you have like a lunchbox with you in the truck and you eat because I imagine truckers do that. You want to be on the road making miles. You don't get paid for sitting at a truck stop eating. All right, what do we have up here? A speed limit of 65. So let's back off just a little bit. So that's kind of my take on that is I have lunch in this is a nice truck. I've got a refrigerator in there and a bed. And so certainly can I have access to food and drink. What I can't do is use the bathroom, which I'm sure truckers have ways to do that too and keep driving, but I don't want to simulate that. No, thank you. Um, so just trying to make it as realistic as possible. All right, so we're staying left, not getting off at Grand Avenue. Looks like I can get my speed back up again, 75 miles an hour. Yeah, so definitely to be more realistic, I would be in this. Whoa, hello. I would be in this view, and sometimes I do switch it, um, just to change things up a little bit. And there's a convertible Mustang. There's a lot of Mustangs in this game. I noticed it's kind of funny. I drive a Mustang too, so I recognize those pretty quickly. But there's a lot of them, um, an unusual amount of them, I should say. So okay, so I'm going 58. Let me get my speed up. So it's kind of cool to be in this view because it just feels a little more real. but I always just like to be out here. It's easier, just like any driving game, racing game. It's easier when you can see the lines. You also get a chance to kind of see, like from drone view. This is a drone following your truck and gives you a better perspective. So I'm full speed here, 71, 72. This is a fairly heavy load. It's not huge. In this game, they do let you, once in a while, they offer you some jobs that are extremely heavy and extremely wide. And I want to do some of those as well. So there are different rules for that. You'll have cars that um, you have to follow, and you have to do lane changes when they do lane changes, etc. And additional uh, realism there. So there's a Shell gas station. I just love that's my by the way that's my favorite mod by far is the realistic signs and places. It just feel I mean that immediately made the game seem real because when you're driving by and it's like B and M gas or it's Fred's chicken, you know. Um, it was so much cooler when it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Shell gas station, and a Best Western and real places. And when it's in my state and they're real places, it night and day made all the difference of it seeming real. So trying to keep my momentum here, also trying to stay in my lane and not speed. 75, and I'm going 77. There's a 76 gas station. So I am continuing straight. I'm going to go ahead and change lanes. Kind of half in that lane anyway, just wandering. So if you're into if you're into simulators, driving games, and you haven't tried American Truck Simulator, uh, highly recommended for sure. It's different. It's not action. It's kind of like farming simulator games. I never thought those would be fun, but completely addictive. There's something about it that is just different and fun. So, um, just a different way to stretch your imagination and your mind. There is a Euro truck simulator as well if you wanted to be outside of America, or if you are outside of America. I may try that someday. I am an American, and this is what I'm familiar with. So, for me, it's I don't know. I don't know if it makes it more fun, but it makes it more real for me. There's something else going on over there. It's kind of cool. Um, but to drive in Europe with different trucks and on the wrong side of the road, the left side of the road, to different companies that I don't know would be interesting. So, I think I'll try it at some point. I think that would be an interesting challenge. The laws, the signs, different in many ways, and then some of them, international signs that are familiar everywhere, like the yield sign, the stop sign, still recognizable. So now that I think about it and talk about it, that sounds more interesting to me than I've kind of ever thought. Never said that out loud, but that might be something if I see it on sale, which I did recently for a really good price. I'll have to check that and pick it up. So if you've watched any of my videos, especially probably my Dirt Rally 2.0 series, where I started as a rookie race car driver in the rally series and struggled but had success as well, crashes. I treat it like a real simulation, like a real game, like it's I'm not just playing a game. So I like to play into the whole um, fantasy of it being a thing, a real thing. So to me, that's what makes games like this fun, and also why I play games like this. I think because I'm a truck driver. I have a company with a company name, John's Trucking. I'm sure I don't remember, but Like I said, it's been months since I played. Let's back off the speed just a little bit. And my goal is to be successful as a trucker. And I haven't really paid much attention. I've been just playing around with it. And I did buy new trucks, and this is my newest truck. And um, but at some point, you can also change lanes here. These guys are going a little slow. Um, Momentum is a big thing with a heavy truck. So you don't. I mean, sometimes we get frustrated with truckers because they change lanes when like I was right there, or like they cut me off. They're just like they have so much weight to pull that they're doing everything they can to keep their momentum because they know there's a hill coming, and they know that if they slow down now, it's going to be brutal getting up that hill for them. So they know what they're doing. I don't always agree with some of the things they do, but it's usually not to be mean or to be a bad driver. Really are trying to deliver. That's their job. They're trying to be efficient on the road. So here I am, full speed, left lane, 77, 78. I'm almost the speed limit, and I'm only able to do that. I'm almost 80 now, so I'm going to watch this, but be careful around this corner. Whoops! I can feel the rumble strips, um, and hear it. There, oh, now I'm going 85. So woohoo! Let's change lanes, cancel signal. I'm going to coast a little bit, get my speed. I'm going to go around this corner first, though, and then tap my brake just a little bit. You can see my brakes getting tapped. Not too much. I'm already going 68. So if you know your speed fluctuates if you're not careful. So a lot of it's speed management. All right. So again, looking at my gauges, I'm gonna go ahead and get off and get some gas. I've got time to spare, and I don't want to get. I mean, I could look at information. Let's see what we got going here. Straight or left to get into that gas station. It looks like straight. I could go through. I could look at the map and find additional gas stations. Um, but this one was close. There's a Texas. Is it a Texas Roadhouse? Don't know. Doesn't look like it. Texas something. Um, but I've got the chance to get gas now. I didn't want to get gas when I had nearly a full tank or a half tank. I want to wait till I'm lowish. I don't want to stop twice if I can help it. So um, I'm about a quarter tank now, a little more. Um, let's go green light. Come on now. Um, but it's a good time to fill up. So let's see where I need to go. So signal. Um, I've got a long load, and it will give you those green rotating gas tanks. And I need to swing wide, leave room for my trailer, stop, and then you press right joystick, I think, E or joystick. Oh, stop the engine and then A. That's what it is, and hold down the A. You can't, you're not supposed to gas up with your engine running. The other day I saw a truck, a diesel truck, running while he was pumping gas. And I'm like, I think that's dangerous. Okay, that cost me $507 at $3.60 a gallon. I put in 140, almost 141 gallons of gas. So let's pull straight through. Okay, we need to get back on the road. So I went back and forth in my mind. Let's see, how do we get back on the road here? it's showing me that I have to go kind of around. Yep, that's a dead end. I should trust my GPS. Um, I went back and forth. Texas, what? It is a Texas Roadhouse. All right, that's cool. Oh, I'm gonna run that yellow. My bad on that. Um, I went back and forth with the Coca-Cola um, logo on my truck because I'm not a Coca-Cola delivery truck. I'm a freelance truck driver. I deliver all kinds of things. So technically, Coca-Cola probably wouldn't allow me to have that. Um, he honked at me. That was cool to let me know, hey, I'm there. Um, but I think it's really cool looking. So that's what that's all about. All right, when this truck passes, I am going to. Oh, there's also a car back there. I guess I don't have to change lanes. I do need to get in my lane. I am not driving well. Yeah, now it's telling me to change lanes. So I'm going to put my blinker on. I'm going to slide over. By the way, the technique for lane change, for those of you who care, is smog signal. Check your mirrors, look over your shoulder, and go if it's clear. That's smog. Basic technique for a good lane change. And while I should be doing that here, I can um, I can signal. I can see my mirrors, so I'm checking it without having to move my head. And then over my shoulder, um, if I were, I don't think I need to change lanes because he's got his own lane there for a minute, but I probably should have. That would have been appropriate to help him through. I'm going to change lanes with this guy, though. Keep my speed up around this corner, cancel my signal. 65 through the tunnel, I think. Yep, that's cool. Let's go through a tunnel. If I was in first person view here, well, I still have my mirrors, but um, mirrors do not show everything. And so you look over your shoulder to see your blind spot. With these super big mirrors, however, I can kind of tell, but realistically, there could be a car or a motorcycle in your blind spot, especially with a big truck that I can't see. So that's why you look over your mirrors. Sorry, that's why you look over your shoulder. Um, I was taking in my speed limit, my speed 80 and an 80. I'm going to go ahead and change lanes. I hesitate to do that, but it looks like that guy's going about the speed limit. So I made that decision once I saw that he was going about the same speed that I was going. Now you look ahead and you see a truck going a little slower. I'm going to change lanes again. I'm going to slide back over, cancel my signal. Um, that guy was just sliding off. You really aren't supposed to slow traffic down. It's technically against the law. So when you're doing a lane change or when you are pulling into a turn only lane or even the center shared lane, um, keep your speed up, slide over, then slow down. It's quite annoying when people slow down and they block all the cars behind them because they are going to change lanes, or pull into McDonald's. Like, no, 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 no. Get out of our way. Let the flow of traffic continue. I'm gonna change lanes, um, and then slow down. That's just good driving. All right, so we are 6 hours away. Um, 354 miles from Ketchum, Idaho. Now, Ketchum is just outside of Sun Valley. It's really part of Sun Valley. It's where the famous ski resort is, and we're going straight through here to Salt Lake. All right, Utah. Headed to Utah. Headed to Salt Lake area. I may already be in Utah. How would I know that? I used to. Let's see. Well, if I see a highway sign, I should know that. I should be able to. Let me just look at signs. 75 here, so we have to slow it down just a bit. I haven't gotten a ticket yet, so that's good. Let's keep that up. Harrison Drive. I'm looking for any hint at what state I'm in. The signs usually tell you, especially the highway signs. And Utah has like the beehive shape on all their signs, so they may not be in Utah yet. And I'm not driving well enough right now to be looking at my map in any more detail than I already have there. That's a cool hotel. Well, I don't have time to look at hotels either. It's hard to stay in your lane and do everything else. Good example of how there's no time to text and drive. It's it takes all of your attention, especially if you're a truck driver and you're pulling all this weight. But just driving takes your attention. Port of entry. So I think we are maybe Colorado into Utah. That would be my guess without looking at the map. So, yep, look at that. Welcome to Utah sign right there. And I think I have to pull in and do a port of entry stop. The good news is I am not needing sleep. I'm about halfway to tired, but I have 5 hours to go. I should be okay. And slow down, and a full tank of gas. So 62,554 pounds on my way. Okay, so returning to I-80. So blinker on here because we'll be merging with freeway traffic. My lane ends right here, so that was a short merge. And then we are going straight to this junction and taking a right. So we'll go ahead and signal and get in the turn lane because it looks like we're also staying to the right towards Ogden. Cool thing is, these are real maps. These are real places. So if I pulled out a real map or looked up Google Maps or Google Earth, this is a real place. This is a real junction. I am headed to real Ogden. And it will lead to real Idaho on these exact roads. There's a train on the right. That's cool. It's dark. I don't know why he doesn't have lights on. Well, I'm off the road, but he has lights on. Yep, he does. I just wish, I mean, I could put it on autopilot. I think that's also a thing. I don't remember. Um, but let's change lanes. So those trucks may slow down more than I will on this hill. I am speeding a little bit, so let's back off just a little bit. We want to be as close as possible to the speed limit. And I could get a ticket just for going one over, technically. I don't know what the flexibility of the police here are, but usually I think 3 or 4, you're okay, but you're close to 5 over, you're going to get nailed. So we want to make sure we're as close to the speed limit as possible. So a little heavier traffic here than we're used to coming into Utah. This type of game would be great if you could drive a car. I mean, you could still do it with a truck, but oh, their lane ends. Interesting. But for driver's ed videos and lessons, this would be ideal. It's just not. I thought about it, but it's just not the same driving a semi truck. So there's no correlation. Port of entry 1 mile. I thought I already entered Utah. There's a lot going on here in Ogden. Advertisement for Forever 21, the store. I am just going to stay here. I have to stop at another port of entry. Man, just tons of these. And if you're not first in line, you're gonna wait your turn. So luckily, it just takes a second. They just weigh you, log you in. So he should move forward here in a second. Gives me a chance to see my truck, make sure everything's good. Tire pressure is good, no flat tires. I do have a nice looking truck though. Bing. Okay, 64,557. And we're 4 hours and 2 minutes away. We're going to signal so we can merge back onto the freeway. Got a car there, and then we're clear. So we'll slide over and cancel. Okay, 61 and a 75. Just under 4 hours to go to Ketchum, Idaho. Pocatello, Boise. There we go. Now we're seeing places that I recognize. And this is going to start looking very much like home. That guy's going really slow. Okay, lane change. So, Boise. Don't think we'll be going through Boise to get to Ketchum. Don't need to quite go that far. We'll probably get off in Twin Falls, I would guess, and go north from there. We'll see here. Again, I could look at the map and it would tell me exactly, but I don't need to. Just following GPS. So you can still see some beehive logos on their signs. That tells us we are still in Utah. Okay, I'm gaining on him, so I'm going to change lanes. So signal, check my mirrors, over my shoulder, go if clear. It's 80. I'm going 78, so that's just about right. I'm going to go ahead and change lanes back to the right once I can see his headlights in my rear view mirror, which is the technique for knowing when it's safe to pull back into your lane after a lane change. Okay. Taking this corner at 80 miles an hour. Looks like my blinker's still on. Let's cancel that. Make sure our hazards aren't on. Correct. Okay, we're good. I like how it seems to be, it toggles between brights and dims by itself. I'm not doing that by itself right there. So that's cool. Must be a setting I didn't realize I clicked, but that's nice. Rest area 1 mile. I don't need to rest. I'm good. I can make 3 hours. I'm gonna change lanes. This guy's going way slower than me. Try not to bump into him. So try to be a good driver. Cancel my signal. Excuse me. Oh, now I'm in a 70 zone. Right lane's clear. Let's go ahead and change lanes. Signal. Slide over. Cancel. Brights are on, then off. Don't know why they flick on and off sometimes, but I mean, I should have them on right now. Probably. That might be a truck up there. Now they're back on, then back off. Don't know why it does that. No, it's not a truck. That's a sign. No, it's a truck. So you don't want to blind people with your brights when you're behind them. So let's back off our speed just a little bit. It's a 70 zone. 72. And we're going up a hill, so that's going to slow us down a little bit. Truck 70, everybody else 80. And I know truckers are on a timeline. They're on a crunch. Sooner they get there, the better it looks for them, and they get paid. So a lot of truckers will push the speed limit as well as the hours on the road. It's bottom line is a paycheck. Still going too fast. Let's back off. All trucks right lane. That's where I am, but I am going too fast. I think I can look at my driving history as well, how many tickets I've gotten, things like that. There maybe another video I will bring that up once I remember where it's at. And Pocatello next two exits. You can bypass. I can bypass this. They're going. I'm not sure why, but it says I can bypass it, so that's awesome. So I'm going to bypass it. Now I'm going 70 into 70. And you can see the icon up there, way station bypass service. It's green, telling me that I'm good to keep going without stopping. I'm going to go ahead and pass that red truck until I can see his headlights in my rearview mirror, which would be, oh, I don't have a rearview mirror. I don't have a rearview mirror because I can't see behind me. So, all right, we are I-84. So literally rumble the rumble strips that are paved into the sides of the road, you will feel them in my controller. I feel it vibrates. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, left lane change here. My lane ended. That was last second. Um, anyway, that's a really nice touch that they do. So I'm going to do a left lane change here. I'm going to slide over. I'm going to go ahead and keep that blinker on and slide all the way over and keep going. That is I believe that was the Snake River. Idaho state law something. Boise, 126 miles. I'll go ahead and do a right lane change. There's no reason for me to be in the left lane if I'm not passing. Just kind of get in line with these guys. Just going just under the speed limit. 2 for $6 at Wendy's on the billboard. Stormy. So it looks like a storm is rolling in. Oh, stay on the road. Stay on the road. So, yeah. Jerome County. See, all these are real signs. Like, I know this stuff. College of Southern Idaho, exit 173. It's all real, and that's what makes it fun for me to drive through Sun Valley. There we go. So we're headed to Ketchum. Well, that's a storm. Look at that. Shoshone Wells, Nevada. It's just cool because I've seen all these signs multiple times. We're going to get off here, Twin Falls, Sun Valley. So Sun Valley is basically Ketchum. Cancel my signal. And we'll take a right here, go towards Sun Valley. We are only an hour, 11 minutes out. So CSI is to the left. College of Southern Idaho. Love's truck stop to the right. Now, Ketchum Sun Valley area is where Bruce Willis, Demi Moore, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and come on, guy. Lots of others have vacation homes. Which is interesting. I've never really thought it as the most beautiful area in Idaho. It's a little scrubby in places. It's nice, um, but there are other areas that are way more scenic. That if I had millions and millions, I probably would um, prefer to be in. You know, like right on a lake is what I'm saying. There are some lake towns in Idaho that I will not mention because they're already flooded with people the last 10 years. Um, that would be so amazing. But Sun Valley's nice, you know, if you ski, I guess, especially. But some of these other places I'm talking about also um, have ski resorts nearby as well. There's a river, Shoshone, Idaho. There's a river that runs through um, Sun Valley, and a lot of the this is a four-way stop, so whoever gets there first goes first. Um, the Wood River runs right through the valley, and a lot of those $1 million houses are down on the river, and it's fun to go up there and drive down some dead end roads and check out. You can't go right to, you know, you can't get close to the famous people, but there's enough other nice areas to drive through just to look at houses, which I enjoy for sure. All right, Sun Valley. So I know this intersection. Wow, do I know this intersection? That's exact. So that is the gas station. That is a rest stop right there. That's a hay storage place. That goes to Cary, Idaho. This is Bellevue, Ketchum, Sun Valley, this direction. Those I don't think are there. That doesn't look real. Sometimes they fill in extra things that um, aren't exact, but there is an event every summer. I think it's every summer where all the richest people in the world come to Sun Valley. They fly in with their Learjets. We always go there because there's a art show that same weekend. So um, we like to go to art shows, but if you go to this one, they have like $20,000 pieces of art that you can buy because they know. So here's Bellevue. They know there are people in town. Well, there are people who live here who can afford that, but that particular week, it's all the names that Oprah, Zuckerberg, Bezos, Musk, all the rich, 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 and they get together and have a conference. Look at those horses running there in the field. So you know, it's not quite as pine treed as this is showing, but it's not too far off. Like I said, it's a little more farmland and scrubby in places, but so is that, I guess. So it's still pretty. So here we are coming up to Ketchum. So we are 2 miles away. So um, yeah. So okay, um, right there on the left, little trivia. That is the first chairlift ever invented, right there. Um, the chairlift was invented in Sun Valley, Idaho, the first one in the world, and those are them, and they're still there. They're right there on the left side as you enter Ketchum. And Bruce Willis owned a bar over here on the right. There's Dollar Tree. We've stopped there before many times. Um, yeah. So we're just following GPS. Those hills look pretty realistic. There should be a ski resort right behind those buildings. It's Mount Baldy, Sun Valley to the right. So that goes to the lodge. So Sun Valley is really the ski resort, and Ketchum is the town. And so we're going to take a left here. What was that about? Was that me? I don't know. I don't think that was me. We're going to keep going straight. And we're getting to our destination finally. Thursday at 7:38. All right. I don't remember the time frame. I could switch, but not right now. It'll tell me whether I'm on time or late. Turn left into this business. UPS. They're going to open the gate for me. I'm going to deliver these vehicles. Then you also get bonus if you try a harder parking job. So enter. So right here you can see I can go for a 90-point parking, a 15-point, or 0. Let's go ahead and go for the 90. You can always, it does give you, let's look at the map here. 90 means it's going to be a little tricky. I'm going to go to the right. You can always, it gives you the option like, okay, no, never mind. It gives you the option to do easy. I'm probably going to back it in. Let me just see what it's going to want me to do before I get too close. You don't want to give yourself, you don't want to get yourself in a bad situation. I'm thinking I have to back in there. Yep. So what it does is it shows you the shape um, of where they want it. So you can see why this is a tricky one because I can barely fit here as it is. So we'll see how smart this was. Oh, and I always go backwards the wrong way. Always, always, always. So we'll go ahead and just try to maneuver ourselves a little bit. All right, now let's remember which way. Not that way. Yep, no, that's right. It's just going to take me a little bit to get over that. Wow, okay. This is going to be a little harder than I thought. Okay, let's see. It would be best if I probably came in this way and don't try to even finagle with the room that I had there. Now I should, let's watch what that back end does. Yeah, like that. It's different. It's opposite because it's always opposite anyway, but then I'm also driving looking at this view, which is opposite again. So this is never, okay, let's crank that a little bit. It's never, this isn't like how you would actually do it, but okay. So we're just going to get this lined up right. And then what I'm going to do is straighten my rig out just a little bit more. Okay. It'll be worth the 60 points. This is not that difficult, but here we go. Let's slide it back straight. Just nothing fast. See right there, it's giving me an option. Now it's giving me an option. Do you want to, careful, pay attention. They also have some, I'm not quite lined up. They give you the option to say, hey, do you want to just bag it and skip it and just have them park for you? No, I'm this close already. Let me just go really slow and do it right. And don't oversteer. And I think as long as you're fairly close, it'll give you a credit. Let's see. There we go. Let's stop and hit A, I think. Come on. There we go. So, excellent. Distance driven. Here's the information I was looking for. 854 miles, 24 hours it took me in 57 minutes. I consumed 164.6 gallons of gas. I got $35,000 base reward, 1,375 experience, a bonus for being level 21 driver. Also got a $5,000 bonus for a long distance delivery. And some experience point. High value cargo bonus, got 7,000 for that, and some points. Fragile cargo also got some bonus and some experience. And so there are my total 61,900, 2,267 experience points. And it shows me how close I am to the next level. I'm a professional truck driver now, and the next one is an instructor, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and hit continue, and we will wrap that job up. That was fun. Been a long time since I've played the game, but it's still fun, and I'm excited to kind of get more familiar with it again and get comfortable and go from there. So thanks for joining me on that trip from Colorado through Utah into Idaho. Let's do this again sometime soon. But for now, I got to go. Mr. Johns is out.